1%, lakukan yang terbaik. 99%, kita semua gagal. Dan kamu 1% harapan Indonesia. Segera temukan sumber keadilan bagi seluruh rakyat dunia. Cinta kasih pada Indonesia, sumber daya terbesar yang masih dimiliki Indonesia. Ikuti konten 99% fail untuk cinta kasih pada Indonesia. 1% sumber daya harapan Indonesia ada di hatimu. Mulai hari ini dan selamat menikmati.
Conference of colored peoples, so-called colored peoples, in the history of mankind. I am proud that my country is your host. It is a new departure in the history of the world that leaders of Asian and African peoples can meet together in their own countries to discuss and deliberate upon matters of common concern. In spite of diversity that exists among its participants, let this conference be a great success. Yes, there is diversity among us. Who denies it? Small and great nations are represented here, with people professing almost every religion under the sun: Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, Confucianism, Hinduism, Jainism, Sikhism, Zoroastrianism, Shintoism, and others. Almost every political faith we encounter here.
We are coming out of this problem, and if we come out, we are better than before. Because we are going to learn from our mistakes and also from other mistakes. And the best thing is to convince that you have to change if you have to face that problem, and if you have to solve it. And indeed, time is money. And because of that, we are not allowed to waste our time. This is why, as Friday about to get the credibility back for our banking system, it's very depending on the law that's controlling, let's say, bankruptcy law and controlling the supervision of the banking system, and even supporting the Bank of Indonesia to make it more stronger than ever.
I think the decision, first of all, is one for the Indonesian people and government to make. And I think every country has to decide how to resolve the tension between the pursuit of a particular case and the desire for the reconciliation of people to go forward. And I think that that's a decision the President has to make, and we ought to support anything that he's trying to do to build democracy and to take Indonesia into the future.
We will use law, of course. We will like to know whether he is guilty or not according to the law. But after that, we'll pardon him because of two reasons. First is that he was our president, so we have to be careful about this for the future generation. Second thing is that you know that it's not easy because Mr. Suharto still has big followers, so we have to be careful not to, let's say, topple the cup.
Indonesia and the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Australia.
Not under any pretext interfere in the internal affairs of the countries from which the problem is originated, let alone intervene or insist our will to eradicate those causes. No matter how confident and determined we are in our efforts to help redress the situation in one given country, experience has taught us that excessive attempt problem even more complicated. In this rapidly changing world, there are factors that make unilateral action ineffective. Rather, it only provokes negative judgment from others. A valuable lesson we should learn from this phenomenon is that we need to work together to address the root causes of the problem.
Mr. President, I'm also pleased to have the opportunity to meet you again after we met in Chile during the APEC meeting. As I have said during the meeting that I do hope that our cooperation can be strengthened from time to time. And as we discuss on many subjects, the education, the economic cooperation, the counter-terrorism, regional situation and others, I strongly hope that Indonesia can continue its reforms and democratization and economic reconstruction. And I do hope that you could maintain your contribution and support to us in continuing our reforms and democratizations.
some more.